Now, the Bigg Boss Kannada Season 12 has landed itself in controversy. Now, what exactly happens is that the show's set in Bidadi near Ramanagara has been sealed by authorities following allegations of environmental violations. Tension gripped the Bigg Boss Kannada set in Bidadi as district administration officials and police entered the Jollywood Studios premises. According to reports, Bigg Boss house staff initially refused to open the gates and allegedly behaved arrogantly with the officials. The situation escalated as the Tehsildar and the police officers intervened, ordering everyone inside to the studio to vacate immediately. Police have now sealed the main gate of Jollywood Studios and restricted entry for all, including Bigg Boss crew members. Those who had arrived on bikes and cars were seen leaving the premises as the evacuation order was enforced. Visuals from the site show contestants being escorted out under police supervision. Following the eviction, contestants were shifted to a resort near Ramanagara, where strict isolation protocols similar to the Bigg Boss house rules were being enforced. All televisions and mobile phones have been removed and no outside contact is allowed. Sources say the production team held a late-night meeting with contestants, assuring them that the police visit was procedural and that the show's continuity depends on administrative clearances. Meanwhile, the controversy has taken a political turn. The JDS has accused Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar of orchestrating a vendetta against artists, calling him a nut-bolt minister. The party alleged that the sealing of the Bigg Boss studio was politically motivated, linking it to Shivakumar's earlier comment that he would tighten the nuts and bolts of certain people. Reacting to the charges, D.K. Shivakumar distanced himself from the action, saying the Pollution Control Board initiated it, not him. He added that while employment and entertainment are important, the law must take its own course.
But still, I would say DC, employment is important. Whatever is there, like give them an opportunity, ಅವರು rectify ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಎಂಟರ್ಟೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಮತ್ತೊಂದಾಗಬೇಕು. ನಾನೇ ಹೋಗಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಇನಾಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು. ಆಯ್ತು, ನನ್ನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನೆಮ್ಮದಿನೇ ಬರಲ್ಲ ರೀ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಶಕ್ತಿನೇ ಬರಲ್ಲ ಪಾಪ. ನನ್ನ ಸುದ್ದಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನಿದ್ರೆನೂ ಬರಲ್ಲ, ಶಕ್ತಿನೂ ಬರಲ್ಲ, ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೂ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಬರಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಡ್ಯೂಟಿನ ನಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ಕಾರದವ್ರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾನೇ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಡಿಸಿಗೆ, ಎಸ್ಪಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ we have to look at a law. ಏನಾದ್ರು ತಪ್ಪಾಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಲೆಟ್ ರೆಕ್ಟಿಫೈಡ್, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇಷ್ಟು ಮಾತ್ರ ಗೊತ್ತು. ಮಿಕ್ಕಿದೇನೋ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಬಂದು ಇವರು ಪೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಚೇರ್ಮನ್ರಿಗೂ ಹತ್ರ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಟಿವಿಲಿ ನೋಡಿದೆ. ಬಿಗ್ ಬಾಸ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಆಗಲಿ ಎಂಟರ್ಟೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್ ಅವರು ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಏನೋ ತಪ್ಪುಗಳು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಬಟ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸೆಟರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅಂತ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೈ ಸಜೆಷನ್ ಟು ದೆಮ್.
Now, according to the turmoil, News9 has accessed exclusive visuals showing alleged water pollution caused by the Bigg Boss production site. Residents of Abanakuppe village claim water waste from the studio has been contaminating a nearby lake, killing cattle and polluting farmlands. A villager, Krishnappa, alleged that the discharge resembles the toxic effluent from the Vrishabhati river, where locals say that they've repeatedly complained to authorities but received no response until now.
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಳಗಡೆ
ಕಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಊದ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟವ್ರೆ. ಈ ಕೆರೆಗೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ.
ಅಲ್ಲೇನೇ ವೇಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ನೀರು ಇದ್ರು
ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಅದೇನು ವೇಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ನೀರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೋ ಕಲ್ಪಿತ. ಈಗ ಬಿಗ್ ಬಾಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ 12ನೇ ಸೀಸನ್ ಇದ್ದು. ಆ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ನೀರು ಅಪ್ಪೈಂಟ್ ಹೊಳೆದಿದ್ದು ಆಳು ಮೂಳು ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತದ. ಈಗ ಆ ಸೈಡ್ ನೀರು ಏನೇನು ಬೀತಾರೋ ಆ ದನ ಕರಿಗೆ ಏನಾಯ್ತವೆ ಹೇಳಿ. ಇದರಿಂದ ನಾವು ತೊಂದರೆಯಿಂದ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ಈಗ ಅವ್ರ ನೀರು ಸೇವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಬಿಡಿ. ಯಾಕೆ ಈಗ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ರಿ ಇದ್ರ ಒಳಗೆಲ್ಲ ಬಿಡು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳವ್ರ? ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ತಾಮ್ರಲಾಗಿ ಈಗ ದನ ಕರ್ಗಳು ಸತ್ತಾಗಿ ಯಾರು ಪರಿಹಾರ ಕಟ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ? ಇದು ನಾವು ಕೇಳೋದು.
Now, the Pollution Control Board has reportedly taken cognizance of the complaint, prompting the district administration's sealing action. With the Jollywood Studios now sealed and contestants isolated elsewhere, the fate of Bigg Boss Kannada Season 12 hangs in balance. My colleague Mohammed Wajiola joining me live right now to get us more details. Well, Wajiola, what we are looking at right now are some exclusive visuals that has been accessed by News9. But a question that begs an answer is that when clearances were given for this particular show to build up their set in the area, was the government not aware about it, that they have now woken up to the infringement when it comes to the environmental violations?
Well, from what we learned, Samya, is that the infringement was done by the studio at which the Bigg Boss house was, the setup of the Bigg Boss house was done. So, per se, Bigg Boss itself is not responsible for it. It's the studio authorities and the studio people who are held responsible behind it. That is why we've seen how the officials of the Bigg Boss team were escorted from the house to another resort nearby because it was the studio that was at fault. And what we've also learned is that time and again notices were sent to Jollywood Studios with regards to the sewage treatment plant, as the film city where it has been held is at the outskirts, and a lot of farmers had complained with regards to how the sewage and the waste of the entire plant was of the Bigg Boss house and the studios was coming into.
But I was asking you that did the government was absolutely oblivious of the clearances that were given for this particular production house to set up the studio for Bigg Boss Kannada? The government had no role to play. They did not give the sanction. They did not give the permission for the construction of the studio over here. Why have they woken up now?
Well, it is a private enterprise, and the government per se has no role in the functioning of the Bigg Boss. It's a body of Endomall, and they, with the Jollywood Studios, are responsible. But it's where the government comes into the picture is the violation done by the Jollywood Studios. They had promised in their sanction plans that there would be a sewage treatment plant. There would be taking care of the waste that would go out from these from the studios and from the sets of this thing, which was not adhered to, and time and again notices were sent to the offices, what the government says. But when it comes to the Bigg Boss and the setting of the house, the government has no say in that because it is a private entity, it is a private program which was run in that studio, and the studio is the one that has violated all the mandatory provisions that they were supposed to have. So this is where the fault comes into the studio, and it's the Bigg Boss Kannada that is also suffering because of this, because they had not adhered to the sewage treatment plant, and despite warnings, they had not taken cognizance of it, and that is when the pollution control board decided to raid the place and shut it down. As there are a lot of farmers, and one of the videos that we have in our access has also explained how pipelines from those studios are coming into their farms, into the lakes nearby, and it is destroying the flora and fauna of that place.
Absolutely, Vajula. But it's interesting how JDS has leveled allegations of political vendetta against the Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar, saying that the nut bolt minister had already issued a veiled warning, and this is an example of that itself. Of course, D.K. Shivakumar has decided to distance himself from this entire controversy. But what exactly is the other political party saying about it?
Well, it's good to strike when the opportunity is right, and that is what politics is about. And JDS has used this with regards to the statement which was once given by D.K. Shivakumar with regards to how the film industry has not been vociferous when it comes to people's issue, when it comes to state issue. And that statement of his has now been linked to what has happened with Bigg Boss show. And they believe that this is the treatment that D.K. Shivakumar has been talking about, while D.K. has categorically clarified that there is nothing with him. And we are waiting and watching how the government political parties are also looking. JDS has been the first one to react and make it political right now.